Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the epic ace match, the Battle of Titans. Two of the greatest greats in the game of StarCraft battling it out in the tiebreaker match of Khan versus KT. Samsung Khan, former Pro League champions who have fallen from grace this last season or two. This last season, generally, I guess, with the slumping of Jangbi and Firebat Hero. And a little bit of a slump from Stork as well. KT, now the reigning leading leaders of the Pro League. Flash, look at that. He can even play with his eyes closed with one hand. Look at that. He might be a little bit nervous because Flash and Stork, basically Flash is almost unbeatable in his Terran versus Terran and his Terran versus Zerg. His Terran versus Protoss, he's also top-notch, but it's the one area where some of the best players can beat him decently, a decent amount of the time. And the last time they met was in the group stages of the MSL, I believe. And in that, OSL. Yeah, it was in the group of the OSL, and Stork actually beat Flash in a very, very bold fashion. There's that sign again. StarCraft, eating good Korean food, better be practicing. Anyway, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah. So Stork beat Flash pretty soundly in that game. That was on Heartbreak Ridge, and so Flash, you know, the only losses he's had in like the last couple months or the last month or so have been to a couple really good Protoss players. Generally, I think he lost to Best. Yeah. So Stork is one of the few players in the Pro League that could really give him a run for his money here. Looks like Stork's going to scout him early as well. Probably going to see him go just straight into a factory build. He's not going to do anything cheesy. I don't think he knows he couldn't get away with, you know, a 14 CC or anything too crazy against Stork. Flash has been playing generally less cheesy than he used to as well. Throws in the cheese kind of every once in a while. You almost have to. Like, even if you know that you have a better chance of winning without cheese than you do with cheese, you kind of have to throw in a cheese build every once in a while just to keep your opponents guessing, just so they don't know if you're going to cheese or not. Just so, you know, you have to play certain things just so that people think you're capable of doing it, even though if you don't like doing those builds, basically. Anyway, Stork's trying to polish off that SCV that is getting a little bit low on health, but I don't think Flash will let it die. He's probably going to repair it or something if it gets too low on life. Yeah, there's going straight into a factory, and the Marine is going to pop out, force that probe away, but he knows at least that he's gone one factory at least. And yeah, anyway, Flash just now getting a scout out, so he's not going to scout Stork until way late. He may not get any information about Stork whatsoever. He's going to scout Stork last, since he's going to the top right first, unless he assumes that probe got there too quickly and decides to scout back across the bottom left. Anyway, Zealot now coming in here as well. He's going to try and punish Flash for only having a single Marine out, although he may have a Vulture out before too long. Also, it's going to force him to, if that Zealot is doing too much damage, he's going to have to get that Vulture earlier and not just go straight for the machine shop. Okay, he does have three Marines, 4 Marines now. He's going to micro them around. Nice. Oh, manages to get that last hit on that Marine, even though it was running away, trying to escape that final hit of death. Stork now getting Dragoon range. Probably going to tech, and actually Stork ran his Dragoon out to either, it looks like he ran his Dragoon out to hunt for that SCV or something, because his Dragoon's running around nowhere, and in doing so he actually let that SCV into his base. Kind of a mistake. If he just had the Dragoon on the ramp or out on his choke, that would never, okay, never mind. The Dragoon is over on the left there, or yeah, left there outside of Flash's base, so he's going to be able to put some pressure on there. But yeah, just basically letting Flash waltz his SCV right in there. Flash has a tank out now. He's got a ramp to hold. He's going to try and move down out of that ramp, though, and try and set up so he can get an extra base going pretty soon. Probably going to follow up this little group with maybe a second tank, depending on if he goes for the older style of FD or not. Or he may just get Vultures and Mines after this. He's got a decent group of Marines to stay in the way of that tank. Yeah, so the Vultures are out now. He's probably, I think I just saw a Vulture, yeah. Mines are produced. Oh, whoa, 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 that was a close one. That mine could have hit all those troops and done a lot of damage there if he wasn't careful. He's trying to use that Zealot to bait out the mines. He's got to be careful, though. He's only got just a little bit of space left before, and nicely done pointing the hurt Dragoon out so it doesn't get killed off. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, no! A little bit of a miscue. He moved back, hit the hold position, and then as the mine popped up, he moved back again, so he could not hold position quick enough to pick off. Is he going to stop the Vulture? Yes, nicely done with that probe. Very clutch probe. Oh! The last Singularity Blast misses the Vulture going uphill, though, and does not finish it off, so he's going to be able to get in there and pick off another probe, and maybe even another. Yeah, 3 probes total for that Vulture, so nicely done. That Vulture did its job before it died. Anyway, so Stork has gotten his expansion up, but so has Flash. Stork, a little bit of miss micro at that front there, had to kind of stop putting pressure on Flash there. Having lost a Dragoon, his other 2 Dragoons very badly damaged. Robo just now going up. Looks like he's going to go for some, well, actually I don't even know if he's going to go for late Reaver pressure. He may go for Reaver pressure, but because they're both what I was going to say is I expect Stork to just expand again. That's kind of his style more so in this kind of a game. If he's not going for early Reavers, he can be pretty sure that Flash is going to be prepared for it. He's going to go just for getting expansion, probably start teching a Templar instead, and play a macro game. Since Flash is going to have enough troops around, he's going to be able to hold off. Never mind, take it all back. He's getting expansion, but he's also going to get Reavers. Well, I guess, you know what, Flash doesn't really have a lot of defense, does he? He doesn't have turrets up or anything, does he? So it might be a good thing. And he's taken out those Marines, so... Well, I took out a couple of the Marines before. It looks like he's still got 3 Marines. Flash now pushing out here for a bit of an attack. It looks like he's going to... We just saw him... who did I see him play against just recently? Oh, in the MSL. So stop listening for about 30 seconds if you don't want to find out about his game against Best in the MSL. But yeah, he actually beat Best in the MSL with a very kind of a fast push off just 2 bases with just a few tanks, and Best had just set up his 3rd base, and Flash just pushed home, so we could see the same thing happening here. Anyway, Stork getting pushed back here. He needs to micro very well against those mines. Oh, no, no, no. The mine takes out 2 Dragoons. He really should have prevented that from happening. Stork, a little bit of a fail in his micro there. More mines taking out more Dragoons, and those tanks are just going to push right in here. We could see Flash get revenge here. We could see Flash get revenge for the win